In this video, we will be familiarizing you with how grades work, how credits work, what graduation requirements are, and more importantly than that, what life after Argo looks like, because starting with today, you are now planning out what your future is going to be, and how you handle the next 4 years is going to shape where you go in life. Before I dive into graduation requirements, credits, and all the technical things that you do need to know, it would be worthwhile to talk about the biggest differences between junior high and high school so you're prepared for what's coming. First thing that you'll probably notice is that the class size is going to be larger on average. Depending on what your classroom is, you could have anywhere from 28 to 32 people in a class at a time. So that makes it a little bit tricky. You have less time to interact with your teacher. There are more people. Things can get a little bit chaotic. You're going to have a larger workload, and it's not a little bit larger, it's a lot larger. Compared to what you did in middle school, you're going to be doing a lot more work in high school if you want to succeed, that is. We don't do this to torture you. We don't do this because we're horrible people. We do this because we're preparing you for life after Argo. And working hard is how you get ahead in life, and we are trying to instill those values in you now. And we have lots of things to teach you, and you have lots of things to learn. And the only way you'll get there is by working hard. You do have choices in classes, which is a major difference between junior high and high school. In junior high, they tell you what to take. In high school, you have some options. There are certain classes that you have to take, and there are certain electives that you will be able to choose from. So your education at Argo is going to be something that you get to shape and you get to take control over. There are a whole bunch of extracurricular activities ranging from sports to theater to music. There are lots of them, and you should get involved in them. Research shows that the more activities people are involved in, the better they do in school and the happier they are, and we want you to be involved in those because we have tremendous amounts of them to offer to you. And then lastly, and probably the most important, is grades count, starting right now. All your grades in the past, they actually don't matter. But your grades that you earn starting right now, they do, and they will never be erased. I will explain more in a few slides how that works, but starting now, you need to take your grades very, very seriously. They are extremely important. So after 4 years at Argo, you will eventually graduate, hopefully, that's the goal. There are requirements to graduate, and we have two different types of diplomas that you can earn. We have a standard diploma, which requires 22 credits, and we also have an honors diploma, which requires 24 credits. All students, regardless of which diploma they're going for, will enroll in 6 credits per year. So you might be wondering, what is a credit? Excellent question. So a credit is something that you're going to earn when you complete a course, and it's going to show colleges or your transcript or us, basically everybody, that you've completed that course. A 1-semester course is worth half of a credit. A 2-semester course is worth 1 credit. In case you don't know this, a semester is half of a year, so a 1-year class is going to give you 1 credit. You need to earn a minimum grade of a D or better in order to earn credit in one of these courses. So now you might be thinking, no, 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 bad idea. Do not do this. So there's this 3-letter acronym, GPA, or grade point average, that I'm going to talk about, which is the prime reason why you do not want to aim to get all Ds and pass high school with a flawless D record. So GPA, or grade point average, is a number that you can control because it is a number that indicates how well you perform in your classes. It's related to your grades. Maybe there are some people who will disagree with this, but I would say that this number is the single most important number in your life that you have control over right now. It's measured on a 4-point scale, which works like this. So an A is considered a 4.0, a B is a 3.0, a C is a 2.0, a D is a 1.0, and an F is a 0.0. So the way this GPA system works is basically an average. So I'm going to throw at you a situation, and we're going to look at how GPA would work so you can get an understanding for this process. So say you get the following grades first semester. I slightly simplified this since PE credits are weighted slightly less. I left PE out of the math here. You get a B in English. You get a C in math. You get an A in history. You get a D in science. You get a B in your elective. So your semester 1 GPA is 2.6, which is just the average of all those numbers. You add them up, divide by 5. If you like math, I wrote it there. If you don't worry about it. That gives you a 2.6, and so we have this other number called your cumulative GPA, which is also 2.6 right now. So let's say second semester rolls around, you worked harder, you got every single one of your grades to go up. This time you got an A in English, a B in math, an A in history, a C in science, an A in elective, and so your semester 2 GPA is 3.4 if you average those numbers. So you might be thinking, okay, that's my GPA now. Well, no, because your cumulative GPA counts everything. So takes your semester 1 GPA, your semester 2 GPA, and gets the average of those. It's a little more complicated than that if you're interested, but regardless, you'll notice that your cumulative GPA is now 3.0. You got it to go up, but it is still lower than your semester 2 GPA. This is because it's an average, so any classes that you do poorly in will always be there reflected in your cumulative GPA. When I'm telling you that your grades matter, this is what I'm talking about. This number, you can control this. You can get this as high as you possibly can, and you absolutely should be. So to earn a standard diploma at Argo, you need 22 credits. This table shows you what those credits need to be in. You need 3 credits in math. You need 2 credits in science, 1 life, 1 physical, 4 credits in English, 2 credits in social studies. 1 of those has to be American history, half of those government, and half anything else. Half a credit in consumer ed economics. You need 4 credits in physical ed, health, driver's ed. You need 3 credits in foreign language, fine arts, contemporary tech, and 3.5 credits worth of electives, which brings this to a total of 22 credits to earn a standard diploma. If you're going for an honors diploma, the requirements are slightly higher. You'll notice that the total number at the bottom is now 24 instead of 22, and those additional 2 credits are in both science and social science. So in order to earn this, you additionally must have 3 credits per year be in an honors class or 2 honors class, 1 foreign language. So that means 3 of your classes have to have the word honors in front of them, or 2 of them do, and 1 foreign language in order to earn the honors diploma. So you're probably thinking, well, I didn't really sign up for any classes. I don't know what's going on. I just showed up and went where they told me to go, and that's probably what happened. Your counselors picked your classes for you initially this year. The counselors are alphabetically arranged, and this table here shows them. We have A through C, all the way down through SF through Z. You can find your counselor on here and find them in the guidance office and ask them any questions at any time, but they're going to be the person that helps you pick what courses you start to take in the future and really shape what your education looks like here at Argo. So your gracious counselors have already been nice enough to build your schedule for you, and they've most likely placed you into one of 4 classes, either reading, writing, studies, reading, writing, honors, reading, writing, or core English for your freshman year English course. Freshmen, for their math, will take either Algebra 1, Algebra 1G, honors geometry, or core math. Science, you will either be in physics first, biology, honors physics, or intro to phys chem. For your social studies, you will either be in world history or honors world history. If for some reason you're not in either of those, then you will get the opportunity to be forced to take a social studies class either your sophomore year or during summer school. So be aware of that. Then we have electives. Electives are tricky for me to summarize quickly because there are just so many of them, so I just grouped them into general categories and tried to include everybody who's available to be taken as a freshman. I mean, we have fine arts, music, culinary arts, industrial tech, foreign language, and we have more. Look in your course planner, talk to your counselor, and sign up for these electives. They're great. There are dozens of them for you to pick from. So you also might be wondering how you got placed in these classes. We have a variety of sources where we get information about where we place you. We have grades, we have transcripts, but we don't always get it right. It's not possible to be 100% correct. If you find that the class that you've been placed in is either way too hard or way too easy for you, talk to your counselor as soon as possible. If a level change is deemed appropriate, they can change your class with the help of your teacher. Do not delay with this. The longer you take to get switched into the appropriate class, the more time you're going to have to spend playing catch up in that class, and that is really, really tough to do. So you might be asking yourself, okay, I'm interested in going to college. Is the stuff that Argo is asking me to do going to be enough? Will those get me into college? And this is a good question. The answer is probably not. So here are the four-year college admission requirements. They, in general, want you to have these 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 3 science, 3 social studies, and 2 of foreign language, art, or music. These do vary from school to school, so if you know where you want to go, you can look specifically at what school and see what they ask for. But what you do notice in this is that the numbers are larger than Argo's. So if you're planning to go to college, make sure you take the correct amount of credits in all these areas or they won't let you in. But the courses that you took are not just what colleges look for. They look for pretty much 4 things when they decide whether they're going to let you in or not. The first of these is your cumulative GPA, that number that I talked about at the beginning of this. That's very important. Your ACT score, you will take a test called ACT your junior year. How you do on that will be a stat that the colleges have to look you up by. Your extracurricular activities are extremely important. I had several friends in high school who had great GPAs, great ACTs, and they did no extracurriculars, and colleges don't like that. They would rather see a well-rounded person than some freak of nature who studies all day and never has fun. And then lastly, you'll be asked to write a personal statement, which is why the 4 years of English class that you took in high school are going to be really important. If you can't write, they don't want you. So we cannot emphasize enough how important it is that you focus your hardest on excelling in all of these areas. You can be awesome at all of these, and you will be if you put the work in, and that's going to be what makes you an appealing candidate to colleges. But what if I don't want to go to college? Well, it's always best, one, to keep your options open. So if you think college isn't for you, you should still work hard and do your best at everything that you do starting right now. Your work is a reflection of yourself. If you decide that you aren't going to college, there are lots of elective courses that can prepare you for the career that you want to have when you graduate. Talk to your counselor and you can learn more about your options. Wait, so what did we say? That was a lot of information. In summary, you have a clean slate. Everyone is on equal footing right now. How you choose to spend the next 4 years of your life will shape the entire rest of your life. Now, that sounds scary, but we're here to help you. We have amazing teachers, we have amazing counselors, we have amazing things here at Argo, and we're going to assist you in this. You don't have to do it by yourself. But what it does take is your attitude to be positive and for your approach to life to be, I'm going to work hard and I'm going to be awesome. And you will be. So I'll end with a quote that is from a famous researcher who studies choices and sort of what effect they have on people's lives. And she says that choice is more than picking X over Y. It is a responsibility to separate the meaningful and the uplifting from the trivial and disheartening. It is the only tool we have that enables us to go from who we are today to who we want to be tomorrow. So, class of 2019, good luck. We're here to help you, and you can do it.